Okay, so this is a two-parter. It's kind of a mirror episode, I'll say. By mirror, I mean you see one side. It's one side of the story, then you see another side of the story. But basically, Star and Marco have to babysit. Start babysitting Buff Frog's children, his tadpoles. Of course, Marco's trying to follow the book that Bullfrog left to keep the kids alright, while Star just wants to go boop and, do it her own way. Chaos ensues. The kids go crazy. They grow legs, start going ballistic. Star almost kills them by giving them cake. Chef shoves cake in them, just we're gonna see a busted tadpole, aren't we? But no. So they all just go crazy. But in the end, they have to try to. Also, wait, wasn't that Star Unicorn racing through the stars? That song, isn't that from something, or is that from? No, okay, that's the song that Star has as a ringtone, right, or Marco has a ringtone, right? I thought I heard that song, but I heard that song somewhere. I can't remember where though. But they use that song to kind of control the kids a bit, or at least like lure them over here, and it definitely helps when they lose the runt of the litter, the smallest baby one, somewhere, because it left, and it's now in the middle of they use the kids to go find it, and they find it in the middle of a bear trap room that Star has, which I actually love what Star is when Marco asks why she has what, you're afraid of talking to what's her face, but you're not afraid of bears? I don't get what's wrong with you, Marco. I'm like, okay, that's very funny. But they get the babies. Bullfrog comes back. Also, Bullfrog, before he leaves, is on the phone, or the phone's like, yes, I have torture devices and stuff like that. I have this, and this. And I'm just thinking, what if he's not going for a job and he's going on a date? Yes, I brought weapons and torture devices. We going to have good time. I don't know, that was just my thought. Oh, though when I watched the next episode, kind of went the different way. But so yeah, that episode was all right. It was an all right episode. Star annoying. Star, I don't know. I do Star is kind of is pretty cool, but I'm just watching it. I'm just thinking, you kind of know where it's gonna go with Star. I don't know. Maybe it's just kind of meh, a little bit on that bit, because it's just okay, so we already know what's gonna happen. Marco's gonna follow the book, Star's not, and crap is gonna go ballistic because of this. It's not really pushing the envelope in a little bit of that. Like I said for the bike one, hopefully that one's uploaded by now. Where I said that it would not that it would not work, but it feels like it's on a set path that I've kind of already seen, so it's kind of just watching it, waiting for the certain points they hit. Yeah, the points look a little different now, but they are still the same points. They're still okay. They follow it. They follow the book. Marco wants to follow the book. Star doesn't. Star then uses her stuff and basically put the babies kind of in peril. And then what was it? The ending bit, also there's this game that they were playing where it's shoots and ladders, or it's stairs and shoots in this one, and it's played with actual little mini Marco, mini Star, and when Bullfrog comes in, they're like, oh look, Bullfrog, and they're about to close it, and you hear the mini Marco start going, no, don't close the book, and just close it. I'm just thinking, are they dead? Did they just kill them? But then at the end, it turns out the mini Marco, mini Star, or assuming they're the same ones, are then playing another mini Marco, mini Star game on a board, and they say, oh, well, I guess the lesson here to learn is you should always follow the rules, but not always follow the rules. And then it ends with them going, do you think they'll ever figure that out? And then it points to the bigger Marco and Star, and they're asleep, and then that's the end of the episode. Then we cut to Bullfrog's episode, where Bullfrog apparently, before the last episode happened, Bullfrog is having problems because he has no money for food, or has no food for his babies. So he drops them off at Stars and takes up a job with Boo Fly, the fly that appeared like in the fly that used to work for Ludo, and these other monsters too. And they say like that they find out these rats, like the rats from the Ludo episode, which I didn't connect that bit at the end, but Ludo episode corn. Like, how do they have corn? Corn is something only humans have. So they try to follow the supply route. They try to first capture a fly, and Bullfrog's like, a veteran guy, so he's going to try to do this. He grabs a rat. Why am I saying fly? Rat. The rats from Ludo's episode. They grab the rat, but then he has a flashback to his babies, and it's like, oh no, I can't do this. Lets the fly. No, then there's a point where they do recapture it, and then they have to use. And also the fly's like covering his butt this entire time. But the next he has to crap. Next he has to sorry, something popped up on my screen. Next he has to follow. Next they have to then he has to torture the rat, and he can't torture him because he reminds him of feeding his babies a bottle of milk. So then he starts showing pictures to the rat, and that's torturing enough. But instead of getting information, he just lets the rat go. And also like the team of monsters getting a little more fed up with him as time goes on. But then they find the supply route. And also, like I said, the fly's covering him, saying, "Oh yeah, this is his technique. He's good. Trust me." They find the supply route of all the rats running, but Bullfrog f's it up by pulling out a baby toy that makes music. And the rats run, which is also funny because one of the bull guys grabs the toy and just throws it, and Bullfrog goes, "Hey, that was my baby's favorite toy." But then the monsters grab it and say, "Hey, you know what? Go home. Just go home." Even his friend just tells him to go home. And so the other monsters follow the supply route all the way to the Mumin shield, where the corn's all covered by a shield, but there's a small hole of green energy kind of holding it out, and it looks like corrupted energy just by the colorway of it. It's kind of cool. Like, if you just look at it, you kind of know, okay, that's like some dark energy just by looking at it, which is pretty awesome. But they can't. The monsters can't get in. Also, Star's dad sees the monsters coming and like, "Hey, get out of here, you monsters!" Shoots a fireball. The fireball hits, and the fire closes around them, almost gonna kill the monsters. Until Bullfrog jumps down, grabs them, jumps out. All the monsters are like, "Yeah, oh, it's so good, thank you." Also, one of the monsters lost an ab, but then it popped back up. Like, "Oh, okay, it's there now." I'm just thinking, I don't think that's how that works. But unless his abs are actually his. Never mind. Don't hit him in the chest; it'll really hurt. It'll really hurt him. So Bullfrog then says. And they say, "Oh, the plan was a failure," and Bullfrog goes, No, it's fine. We found out a hole that the mutants didn't know about. Now we just need to find someone who can fit in there. But until then, he opens up a portal and says, "Oh, my babies," and it's like the ending of the last episode. But then you follow the rats all the way back to where their corn is being led, and it turns out it's Ludo sitting on top of the spiders with the eagle behind him, and with the rats now basically bringing him food. And Ludo with his evil wand. So, Ludo is actually becoming a villain now, which, freaking finally. Not saying he wasn't a villain in the first one, but he was a bad villain in the first one. But, honestly, the best things that are coming out of this now are basically everything with Ludo. Because Ludo, we really don't know much about some of his... his wand, which apparently has the hand of Toffee on it. What his wand can do, and the best episodes so far this season are all the ones that either revolve around Ludo or how Ludo is affecting Star's wand. All those at least feel different. They at least feel like you kind of really don't know where this is going to lead a little bit. While Star's episodes are feeling more like, okay, you kind of know where this is going to go. Star's going to be her, F something up, and then it just ends. and then in the end they learn, I guess, a lesson. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's supposed to be like there's maybe it's supposed to be like, okay, well, we need one episode to teach. Maybe Disney's like, okay, so we need at least one episode to teach kids a lesson about something, and then the other episode we can continue on with the story or something like that. Maybe that's it. I don't know. And not to mention, yeah, they do have some funny jokes, I guess, in between them. But honestly, yeah, the best episodes are the ones with Ludo, where it's expanding on, okay, what's going on with his wand. His wand is powered by, like, dark emotions, I guess, or anger. It's like freaking watching the freaking Gundam from, I forgot which episode it was. Or what series it was. It's, I think it's Mobile Fighter, the one with Domon Kashu, the King of Hearts. That one, it's kind of like, okay, his Gundam is powered by hatred and this, and like that's the only way he can summon his dark power, his shining fingers. But then there's also then his shining Gundam where he uses like love or whatever, and he summons his burning fingers and stuff like that. It's kind of like that a bit, and I'm just like, okay, that's pretty epic, that's pretty cool. But in the end, it's just kind of like, also I'm just like, well, what the fudge? It's cool seeing Ludo kind of building up his army, but come on, give us a little bit more with Star and Marco. Give us them going to other universes. Let's see this happen. Or let them go on a quest. It feels like they're trying to do Adventure Time. Especially with like the many characters, or some of the characters, side characters, giving them backstories a little bit, or giving them follow-up, showing like, oh yeah, Bullfrog and Boofrly are like best friends or whatever. Yeah, that's freaking awesome. But even then, like, some of these characters, I'm just like, I really don't care about that. Even like Bullfrog, when I'm just like thinking, okay, why exactly does this remind him of feeding his kids? Like, you would think, you know, he wants to do whatever he can to help his babies or whatever. So you think he would be like, okay, I gotta suck it up and go along with this interrogation. I gotta go along with doing all this. Heck, it's like watching for War Dogs, spoilers for War Dogs, the movie. It's kind of a weird place to put it in this episode, but it's like at one point Bradley Cooper, the guy who plays Bradley Cooper, who's like the guy who plays Bradley Cooper says, "I'm not a bad man, but sometimes I have to think, what would a bad man do?" And in a sense, that's kind of what I would put Bullfrog in that situation. He's not a bad man now. He's not bad now, but he has to think, okay, what can a bad man do here? Because he got to do this for his kids. He has to feed them and everything. But yeah, it's kind of, and also I do kind of like how it does feel like the monsters are second grade citizens or something like that. Like they're like humans are like the higher ups. They're like kind of, for lack of a better word, the rich. They're the higher ups. They're the ones who get everything, while the monsters are the poor, the scavenging, the ones who don't get nothing or something like that. There's a segregation in this, and it's painting like kind of right now like the humans are kind of bad, especially when they show the dad. Like it's kind of shows that they're kind of insane, but it shows that like they're kind of not like the greatest people. Humans aren't the greatest people. And yeah, we've seen the monsters are kind of bad with Ludo, I guess, in the first season, but really that's them. Really, that's just a group of monsters who help Ludo and maybe the monster arm. That's it. Other than that, we really don't see that many evil monsters. Heck, Toffee is really still up to debate whether he is evil. Because you could be thinking that he could be basically setting everything up to start another revolution to help monsters. So even Toffee, we really don't know if he's evil or not. But yeah, I don't know. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. I want to see more Ludo. Well, okay, I want to see enough Ludo. What I really want to see is more interesting Star episodes. Because yeah, it's Star and Marco, but really it is kind of like Star and Ludo now, because you have the monster side and then you have the human side. So it's kind of the separation between the two. And I want to see more of that. I want to see more of Star trying to fight. I want to see more of Star having her own adventures with Marco, maybe going to another universe. And I know a series that's done like that exact same thing pretty well, and I'm saying to copy it or anything. No, 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 no. But I'm saying I've seen something that's done that pretty well, and that's Adventure Time, where they seem to be trying to copy a bit, or not in a bad way. I mean, like they try to have like the insanity of Adventure Time in Star vs. Forces of Evil, but they're not following it up that well. Heck, even in the first episode, there's a point where you see a skeleton going foul, foul, and it looks almost exactly out of like the afterlife or like where death lives in Adventure Time, but like the skeletons from there, but yeah, I just want to see more Star and Marco going to other universes, or at least having something more like, okay, what the fuck is gonna happen now, or something like that. Because a lot of these episodes, again, you can kind of see where it's probably gonna go in the end. Like, yeah, there's some twists, like, okay, the geyser is actually not gonna die, or something like that. It's actually gonna keep on shooting up, or whatever. Where the dad getting shot with the things and apparently makes him young, I guess. Even though he looks fine in this one, which also his beard goes back immediately, but I guess magic. But yeah, it's just kind of like I kind of know where these are going to go each episode with Star and Marco, except for probably the episode where we actually see Marco and except for probably where we see Marco and Star when you see Ludo's wand effing with Star's wand. I don't know. But either way, tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this, check out more videos. Either way, thank you so much for watching. Check out my videos, and we will see you later.